In this video, I will show you the Rights Management extension for Creo. First, let's start by defining what it is. It's a standard Creo plugin that integrates with NextLabs DRM seamlessly to provide rights management features. What does it do? It provides several new features in the Creo application. The first one is new protection. You can directly protect the normal file in the Creo application. Of course, you can also check the information regarding the classification and the permissions applied to the protected file. The second feature is access control. It allows authorized users to open a protected file and view the decrypted content inside Creo. Third is usage control. It controls whether or not to execute commands such as save, save as, export, and print based on the permissions under the protected file. Anti-screen capture support disables screen capture on protected content. Next is persistent protection. It protects the new file automatically if it is generated from a protected file. For example, if you export a protected part file as a PDF file format, the PDF file is also protected with the same permissions applied. The final feature we will review is Watermark overlay. It is a secure overlay that is shown over the Creo window. It contains a dynamic watermark text, which is predefined in the policy. Now let's move on to demo the features we mentioned. In this first segment, I will demonstrate the new protection along with the watermark overlay. As a user, I want to protect the current model being worked on and enable secure watermark overlay. In this machine, both Creo RMX plugin and SkyDRM desktop application have been installed. I already logged into SkyDRM through the SkyDRM desktop application and launched the Creo application. Of course, the Creo RMX plugin is loaded automatically. Everything is ready. Let me try to open the test file. I prepared an assembly file which contains a subassembly and a part. You can see there is a new ribbon tab called NextLabs RMX. There are 4 command buttons available here. You can protect the single root assembly file using this protect button. Needless to say, you can protect the assembly and all the dependencies at once using the protect with the dependencies command. Let me show you this as an example. This dialog is used to specify the classification applied to the protected file. The classification is predefined in SkyDRM. For example, now I define IP classification and choose the value as top secret, and the government classification value is SG. I then trigger protect. It is now completed. You can see the watermark text is immediately shown here after the file is protected. Now let me go back to the file folder. As you can see, they are all protected. This is a root file and a subassembly file, and these are all part files, which now exemplify the new protection feature. I will now move on to the next segment, which shows the access and usage control features as a user with view permissions only. I'm allowed to open this protected file, but I'm not allowed to save, save as, and print the file. Now let me go back to the Creo application. I prepared a protected file that has view permissions only. I open it and double-check the file permission. You can see it only has view permissions, and of course the watermark permission. The user doesn't have save, save as, and print permissions. If I try to save a copy, I'm denied. If I print it, I will also be denied since I don't have print permissions. And if I make some modifications and try to save it, I'm denied because I don't have any edit permissions. And in the last scenario, for the user control segment, I will demonstrate anti-screen capture. So let me begin by showing you this feature using a screen capture tool. I will try to create a new capture. And as you can see, there's now a black screen. This is because you cannot capture the protected content from the Creo application. The last segment will highlight persistent protection. I will demonstrate this through 3 scenarios. The first scenario is a user with edit permissions. I'm allowed to save the modification made back into the protected file. Second is a user with save permissions. I will be allowed to save a copy of a file. As a result, the newly copied file is protected automatically with the same classification. The last scenario highlights export. As a user with save permissions, I am allowed to export the file to another format. Subsequently, the exported file is protected automatically with the merge classification. I now go back to the testing environment. Here's a protected file I prepared. It has all permissions. Let me open it and try to verify the permissions. You can see here, in this file, it has edit and save as permissions. Now, I will try to modify it and save it. Back in the folder, you can see file prt.2. This is the new file generated which is also protected. I will reopen the file to check the modification. As you can see, the modification is reflected here, and the secure watermark overlay has been applied. We can also save as a copy. I will name the file copy1. And now in the folder, the copy1 file is generated and protected. Let's verify the permissions. And you can see here that the permissions are exactly the same as the source file, and the watermark overlay is also displayed. Of course, the file classification is also the same. This final scenario is on export. I am now back in the source file and will try to export it as a PDF. I check the folder. You can see the PDF is also protected. This concludes our video on the Rights Management extension for Creo. Thank you for watching.